Hi everyone and welcome to Uncharted 4, A Thief's End Encounter or Action Scenes Walkthrough. This is part 7, which is going to encompass the chapter 11 of the game, which is called Hidden in Plain Sight. This is the demo of the game that was presented in the E3. If you're wondering what chapter it is, this is exactly that demo and the set piece. That is probably the best set piece in the game. The chapter has a lot of walking around, looking at stuff, which I'm going to comment in a bit, and it has some puzzles mixed as well. If you see any edits, like rough edits like that, I'm not making them on purpose because I'm a bad editor. Well, part of it is, but part of it is because I want to let you know that if there are some rough edits like that, that's because there is a checkpoint there. So, and I'm gonna talk about the checkpoints in the next chapter, guys, because it's probably one of the worst checkpoints in the game, the next chapter. It has only one encounter, and it's only one checkpoint through the entire encounter, and it's a really long one. So, that's where the checkpoint thingy that I comment in the first couple of parts, when I said that in crushing they take out a lot of checkpoints, that's when it's gonna hurt the most for the first time. It's going to be on the next part, so I'll talk about it on the next part, I think. So in this sequence we're going to be in the marketplace, killing a bunch of bad people, and we're going to have a truck with a mounted machine gun chasing us around the city, and we're going to have to escape in a ship, and later we're going to be dragged by a convoy, and then we're going to have to do the chapter that the encounter that is called Convoy, very reminiscent of previous Uncharted games, and it is quite troublesome in crushing. Luckily it's pretty well checkpointed. It's not as bad as the next chapter in his checkpoints, so you're not gonna suffer too much through it. But the part of the convoy, which is the last part, which you have to swing around and kill a bunch of people while swinging around between cars, can be difficult. That's always really hard. But I think it's handled better here than in previous games. I get shivers, guys, when I think about the convoy parts in brutal difficulty on the previous games. So really, so this ends this encounter, and the next encounter is right here. But I always want to let you see that I'm selecting the encounter and the right chapter, and I'm selecting crushing as well. See, there we go with the ship. So this is the part, this is almost the entire encounter set piece that was shown at the E3. Of course I'm not gonna do it as good as the E3 showed, and but I'm going to survive. That's the important part. And this is a spectacular set piece, and sadly is the best one. In my opinion, there are a couple of others, but I don't know why this game didn't went for an Uncharted 3 kind of set piece. Uncharted 3 has so much cool set pieces, and Uncharted 2 to have a lot of good set pieces. I don't know why this game restrained itself so much. Like he wanted, this game kinda had the syndrome of not wanting to show Drake as an overpowered or very like lucky guy. Like he wanted a game more grounded in reality, because after all this is the most grounded in reality story ever. We have no fantastic or supernatural creatures in this game. So yeah, this is definitely a type of Indiana, the closest to Indiana Jones that is going to get. The story is the best one, even. I don't really dig much of the supernatural or fantastic stuff in the previous Uncharted, and I'm grateful that it's not included in this game. But I think at the end they kind of went for a more grounded Uncharted, even though sometimes it doesn't seem like it. And it kind of ended up hurting the game, because this is a game. I think Naughty Dog wanted to blur the line between a movie and a game, and they succeeded, but in succeeding they kind of made an Uncharted that doesn't feel as much as an Uncharted. Like I mentioned before, right? Like, it lacks a lot of combat, it lacks a lot more gameplay and deeper gameplay. I think it's really the gameplay feels superficial. It feels like an addition to the story and the characters, right? When it should be the other way. The story should feel like an addition to the combat. So it's kind of weird like that, you know. I'm still feeling that this Uncharted is weird. Now, this is when I'm analyzing everything, right? When I already finished it twice, and I'm analyzing the entire game. When I was playing it for the first time, I was loving it. I was enjoying all the banter and all the dialogue, all the cutscenes, the scenarios, the environments, the attention to detail is fantastic. But you know, when you sit back and you start thinking about the other Uncharted's and what they felt like and what this one feels like, it doesn't feel so much as an Uncharted game, you know. I even think that a game like Last of Us has more combat than this game. And now correct me if I'm wrong by stating that, but I think that even Last of Us had more combat than Uncharted 4. I don't know, it's weird. I was expecting something else, guys. I have to be honest. I really was expecting brutal difficulty to be present, and I was expecting a lot of combat and a lot of action. And I got something that is great, but it's not what I was expecting. So the encounter ends there. I'm gonna show you the last part, which is the convoy, which has several checkpoints, which you're going to see because they are the edited parts of the video. So this is the part exactly after that, when you are in the ground trying to shoot vehicles, and this is all really spectacular and very well done. That's why I say this is kind of like an opportunity wasted, because why would you not do more of these set pieces? At least do 2 or 3, right? There is another set piece that is quite impressive, and I'm not gonna say what it is. You might see it in the walkthrough though. Yes, you're definitely going to see it in the walkthrough, but that's the first checkpoint. When you grab onto this truck, that's the first checkpoint of this set piece. We are already in the convoy, of course. So basically shoot the tires to make them explode faster. That is what I'm trying to do. And I think I'm gonna die a couple of times, and I'm going to show you that I actually take a lot of damage in order to die. See? I'm actually taking a lot of damage. See, I already took like 5 or 6 bullets, like right there, right where I spawned. And I'm taking constant damage from bullets. Now you realize why this cannot be done on brutal. This cannot be done on brutal. This is impossible. So there is the other checkpoint in the set piece, when we grab our first ship. And now we can jump between ships, and I will advise you to do that if you want to get this scene fast. See, jump between ships, jump to the second truck, which you have to in order to advance the scene. You have to jump to the truck, and that's gonna be the hardest part, because when you jump to the truck, you're going to be on the ground again, and you're going to have two enemies on the truck shooting at you, and you have to kill both. So that's going to be the hardest part of in crushing about this set piece. My ship is almost destroyed at this point. Did I actually make it out of here? I'm surprised if I do, because I'm about to get dead. Oh no, I actually made it. That was really good, actually. That was not part of the set piece. That was me jumping out of the ship just in time to grab the thing, the back of this truck. So that was really cool. So yeah, this whole, look at that. This set piece is fucking amazing. It just, you know, it just lets me wonder, like, why not more of this? Why not more set pieces like this? Uncharted 2 has the best set pieces in the trilogy, now that I think about it. Uncharted 2 has like 3 that are major set pieces and are really cool looking. So this is the final part. When you jump out of the second truck, you're going to be just behind Sam, and you have to kind of catch up with him, and then the encounter will end, because the last part of the set piece doesn't put you in danger, so I'm not gonna show it. It's just you shooting the truck, the mission truck with the machine gun that comes back, but it's not it doesn't put you in danger of dying. It's just scripted, so I'm not gonna show it to you guys. But for now, we're going to continue in part 8, where I'm going to seriously talk about what they did with the checkpoints. So thank you for watching, and take care.